Unce. Oh man, feels like I'm out in public at a club. Oh, everybody. Welcome back. Right? Back. I've lost track of time. We're still in the broadcast dungeon. I don't know what state you're living in, but we're now in what they're calling lockdown in the great state of New Jersey. But we're here earlier than usual at 5:30 p.m. my time. Yeah, 5:30. Hey, everybody. Hope you're staying sane. Just a little update. Just a wee little update. Only 304,000 coronavirus cases worldwide. I think this is refreshed. Yeah, we're approaching 305,000 cases worldwide, but don't worry, only just about 13,000 deaths, so we're holding tight. Active cases, closed cases. It's a goddamn pandemic out there. We want to hear what it's like in your neck of the woods. Taking your calls, 843-REBEL-TV, 843-REBEL-TV. Taking your phone calls. As I fix this browser here. Yeah, we got it, dude. We know. Take all my cookies. We get it. Let's look at the numbers. I try to stay off I was checking the news every morning, but I don't want to do it. So I'm just going to do it here live, and it'll be fun. We could all be pandemic together. 304,000. 305,000 cases. 13,000 deaths. 95,000 recovered. Those are some pretty good numbers. Obviously, the numbers are going to keep going up as testing becomes more active in these great states of the Americas. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I'm tweaking all the shit here. Big production staff, you know. I'd like to introduce a very special guest. I'd like to introduce Camera 2, focusing on my drink selection right now, which is going to be fantastic. I got my other camera set there. I was playing with it, and while I'm still testing it and seeing how long the battery will last, as he's quite pixelated over there, we can go to the bar. Oh, fancy seeing you there. Gluggy glug. That's exciting, isn't it? Real fun. Testing shit live. Amazing. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. Hello, third party. Cheers. I hope you're all imbibing well in your weekend. Being part of the solution, not part of the problem. Let's see here. Put that out there for the people. Shill. Let's break it down. Deaths, we get it a lot. 13,000. Bad news. Where's the breakdown? Yeah, here, this is what we're looking for here. Ooh, boy. Italy is not doing good in the scorecard. Man, they just don't give a fuck over there in Italy. You know they're not paying attention to the quarantine in Italy. If you've been there, you know that they're just fucking partying probably. No one's sitting inside. Man, we're in the top 4 though. Holding strong in the Olympics. Holding strong in the coronavirus Olympics. Top 4. Almost gonna medal. We might medal in this one. We're close with Spain. Germany and Iran on the rear though. We're getting there. We should really just go by active cases. I find that that's probably the most important. Oh, we got silver in active cases. Oh, what are you gonna do? Where? Sorry, I got too many screens going on here. No, don't do that. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare start playing my audio. There we go. Thank you. Much better. Well, here we are. Just another... How does it look so red? Coloring is so strange on this camera. I look beet red. Am I? Am I that red? I don't think I am. I did just shower. Maybe, perhaps I'm a bit flush. Well, I know what it's like here in my small corner of New Jersey, but I do not know what it's like in other parts of the country. So if you are tuning in from somewhere else, we don't bite. 843 Rebel TV. Please give me a call. Let me know what it's like in your supermarkets. Can you get toilet paper? Clearly that's an issue. Apparently that's the bit. People like to hoard toilet paper for some reason. Let's see here. Events that have been canceled. 2020, no, it's still up. Trump, still up. Disney, I mean, primary still on. Boston Marathon. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they didn't bag the Olympics yet? You'd figure, when are the Olympics scheduled for? You figure July 24th. Where are they supposed to be? Tokyo? Yeah, you figure they gotta be. I mean, we ain't gonna have this in check by July, are we? March 8th, I mean, they're saying at least a month. And if you know, if they're saying it, first it was a couple days. Remember? They started talking 10, 12 days social isolation, self-quarantine. That was initially, but we've moved past that. Now they're talking 4 weeks and well beyond is what they're saying. So, you know, when they are telling you that, we're hitting more than that, sorry. It's going to be more than that. We got many, many weeks ahead of us. So you better figure out how to make yourself busy and not go crazy in your own home, dogsy. New York Auto Show canceled. Everything. Yeah, I heard, what was it? De Blasio talking about using the Javits Center. I was at the Javits Center not too long ago, and he's talking about using the Javits Center as a mobile command hospital. Because obviously a big part of the issue is they don't have enough beds. That's what they're worried about. Yes, it's a very communicable disease, but they're very, very much worried about beds. If you or I or someone you know gets very sick, and they can't put you in a bed, it's a problem. And since we don't really have a cure necessarily for the coronavirus as it stands, it's a bad news. Just want to make sure my audio was coming in here. What is this, a fucking New Orleans hustle? Hell yeah. Miss New Orleans. I hope they're doing good down there. I mean, you could only hope that, you can only assume every other city is like your own, but you don't know if that's true. I'm concerned about densely populated city centers. I'm not gonna lie. New York City, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago. You know, these densely populated cities where people are so close together. That's tough, man. That's tough living. That's tough living day to day when shit's good. You know? Now, I'm not too far from there, but I'm not, you know, living in a building with 500 other people in the city, man. That's tough. You get some fucking dude going in there with a little Corona on the 16th floor. Ooh. You're telling me you live on floor 7, you got a guy in 16 with coronavirus, you want to be in that building? I don't think so. So how do you keep that fucking city in check, not panic? I don't know. Oh, I know. You just have the FAA briefly halt air traffic in New York City area. I thought they shut down all the airports. Oh, they resume flights after brief halt as coronavirus causes staffing issues. So, to me, this isn't conspiracy here. They're testing all of these things. You could see these people, they, for lack of a better term, you know, again, a week ago they were saying, this is going to be 7 to 10 days, you know, stay home, practice social distancing. Here's how to wash your hands. Now, fast forward a week-ish, give or take, we're talking, you know, you got governors coming on TV saying, we don't have enough of this in the hospital beds. People will die. This will go on for weeks, if not months. The airports in the tri-state area were closed today for certain hours. And they made it like they just shut down and grounded all flights. And now, 20 minutes ago, this, according to this headline, New York City area airports resume flights. So they were just testing probably a freak out. They said, look, we're grounding all this shit. We got to just turn it off for a few and see, make sure people don't melt down. And that's what they did. They probably turned it off for a couple hours today. Saw people melt down a little bit. They're like, all right, that's a good gauge. We could deal with that level of meltdown. We can move forward. We're going to shut it down next week. You know, they do all the big turn escalations in these DEFCON levels, if you will, on the weekends. Last weekend, we were here talking about, you know, oh no, we're going to be in our house quarantined. And now, you know, we've been told every day, you're not being quarantined. No. No quarantine here. You just have to practice social distancing and sit by yourself, alone, at home. You can go to a park, but don't look at anybody. Don't talk to anybody. Stay a far distance away. Crazy times, man. Hard for them to enforce, too. You know, the governor put out a lot of shit. They're like, you know, all non-essential people, we don't want you on the road. Great. Said they had a prosecutor on standby to prosecute people. Like, who's going to argue this? Like, who's going to be on the road fighting for, you know, if this is necessary or not to be on the road? It's a crazy conversation to have with a cop. I don't know, dude. 843 Rebel TV. Give me a call. Let me know how you're holding tight mentally and physically with the coronavirus lockdown in your area as we peruse some headlines and see where we get. Walmart's hiring. That's surprising. I mean, most everybody has no job now, right? I mean, unless you're fortunate enough to have a work-from-home gig. Pretty much everyone's... I mean, if you're working from home, too, I mean, how much work are you getting done? Whatever job you have, everyone else is just freaking out about not having a job. So I don't know what you're doing from home. But good luck with that. I mean, I hope you're getting a paycheck. That's cool. It's tough. This is some serious shit. I can only relate to... you know, if it's fucking SimCity. You know, in SimCity, though, I never had to put people on quarantine. I don't even think that's an option. Busy as fuck, Potty D? What's up, bro? Working from home, busy as fuck? Oh, that's good. Well, what do you do? Oh, I mean, everyone's panic purchasing for sure. The interesting thing about this is I read all the headlines and stuff. No one is... nothing about the supply chain seems to be threatened here outside of manual labor producing goods and people distributing goods in warehouses. Yeah, cybersecurity. Yeah, that'll keep you busy. Yeah, you'll be in high demand for a while, so this is good for you. Yeah, definitely there's a certain part of the tech element that's definitely going to profit from this heavily. My previous job would probably be a great time to be working there right now. But, c'est la vie. Yeah, the TP supply's fucked, but that's because people are dumb. Like, what are you hoarding toilet paper for? You know, like, I don't even, this is old at this point, but there's no reason to do that. You're going to get toilet paper. We're going to make toilet paper. You're going to be able to wipe your ass. It's okay. Get a hold of yourself, everybody. But if you go to the store, it's not that bad. I went to a couple stores around here when it first started, and I was there also earlier this week. Like Food Town, ShopRite, the normal stores, those are all fine. They seemingly have a full supply of everything. I think the one, I was at Acme recently, and the only thing different I saw was they had a sign that said, limit a certain amount of cases of things for you, which is fine. I think that's okay to do because people are freaking out. But Whole Foods, however, if you go to Whole Foods, that's where the crazy people shop, because when you walk into Whole Foods, everything is decimated off the shelves. There is nothing to be had there except for, like, the closest thing to resembling a brand label or a GMO that people who shop at Whole Foods all the time wouldn't purchase. Luckily, I didn't have a run on toilet paper near me. I have a bunch. I've been getting my paper goods delivered to me from Amazon for a very long time, and I doubled up accidentally on my paper towels and toilet paper a while ago, so I have like a stockpile anyway. So when people worry about toilet paper, I just check to make sure, and yeah, I got like 3 cases for months down here. So I've been sitting on TP for a while. Paying it off, baby, if you need it. Maybe I'll start giving away toilet paper. That's actually a good thing. Canned and frozen sections empty. Yeah, regular grocery stores are fine, but you go to the big places, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like Whole Foods, people are just nuts. I think if you're shopping there, everyone's like the end of the world panic. I need to buy all of my essential oils and shampoos here because I'm never going to be able to get them. And I need to buy all of my mineral waters and specialty sauces and things. But the meat case was decimated there also. But the other stores were fine. They had everything. I don't think the supply chain's threatened. No farmers are fucking walking away. This virus luckily doesn't impact our electrical grid and our ability to produce food outside of the personnel. So I'm not too concerned in that sense. I'm not really, I have a stockpile of stuff, but I'm not really worried that I can't go to the store and refresh on some shit that I might need. More so, the scary thing is, I guess, the more I read about it, is older people and people with compromised immune systems obviously can't be going to the store, or shouldn't be going to the store. So, you got to step up and help those people out if you can. I think that's really all you can do. Otherwise, you're supposed to not fucking see anybody. Weird world. This is a great time to be the lazy person, though. If you're the kind of person who doesn't want to hang out with anybody, usually me, or talk to people or go hang out with people, this is great. You just use social distancing as an excuse, and you're dialed in. Yeah, so man, weird shit. Saw someone using the veggie bags as gloves. From everything I read, and I don't know more about the virus than most people, but obviously you want to wear gloves and not have direct contact with as much shit as possible. But, yeah, wear gloves. Wear the veggie bags, I guess, as gloves. The masks are the funny thing, because allegedly, the masks don't stop you from getting anything unless you have the hardcore, N95 mask, not even the N95 mask. That'll keep you alive, or keep you from getting it, apparently. But the other ones apparently just keep your shit in. I don't know. Dow's destroyed, stock market's destroyed. That's great. I didn't even look at where it is today. I've given up. It's probably a good time to buy. Oh, we're under 20. That's where it closed yesterday. Wow. Under 20. Crazy. Good time to buy, though. Don't listen to me for your stock advice, but I'd buy all the Amazon I could. What's Amazon going for these days? No, not the Chesapeake candle. ANZN, is it? 1846. Wow, it was 16 the other day. Wasn't it? Am I crazy? I thought it went down to 16 the other day. See? Yeah, it was right. Yeah, it was 1641 a day ago. Or, yeah. Yeah, bye. I mean, they're going to come out on top here, I would think. I mean, this might even... I don't know. I don't know, dude. I'm just shut up. What am I doing? I don't know anything about that. I would just assume that they're getting more business, so that's good for them. But I also heard that they don't make a lot of money on the delivery, so who knows? Maybe this bankrupts them. We're all fucked. It's all over, dude. What are we drinking out there tonight, everybody? Today. I drink so much red wine in the past. The big thing I'm worried about is they shouldn't close the liquor stores. New Jersey governor today, one of the reporters asked him. I saw this because he came on and they closed everything in New Jersey pretty much, non-essential shit. And one reporter goes, "Hey, what about liquor stores?" Which is a great question because that's what most. Well, come on, 60-70% of people watching question. And he goes, "No, liquor stores are allowed to be open, but they cannot be used as gathering places for parties," is what he said. He said apparently some liquor stores were being used as religious gathering places. Right here we have some Maison Salenia, Côte de Provence. Some rosé from Provence. French rosé. It's springtime out. Springtime means rosé. I guess. Not powdered iced tea. Yeah, I heard that Lakewood was having problems with gatherings. People were gathering in Lakewood. The governor mentioned that he wasn't going to name towns, but he also said that people were having gatherings on the beach of some sort, and the cops had to go there and essentially, as he said, make their presence known to break it up. And then there was actually, these press conferences are really good. If you catch some of these, you put on basic news, whatever. The reason I find that they're really good is because they're getting real questions, and questions that they have, like the politicians are getting real questions that they aren't, haven't been prompted on. I mean, I'm sure some of them they're prepared for, but they're getting good questions. Like, they're literally going around the room, letting everyone answer a question. And Cuomo in New York, and what's his name in New Jersey. Again, not my favorite dudes politically and all that, but that has nothing really to do with it at this point in time. But seeing them react as real people is really, really interesting. And they're good. I think they're actually good at what they do. Their managerial skills are actually pretty good. But he was asked today about the liquor stores, and he said, no, liquor stores are fine. And then someone asked him another great question, because he's imposed these restrictions where essentially 24/7, if you're on the road, you're not supposed to be. And someone goes, well, what are we going to do? How are you going to enforce that? And he kicked it over to the state police. And the state police commissioner said, and I thought this was interesting, because every governor is being very delicate to not talk about quarantine, not talk about lockdown, not say that you're locked in your house. They want to make it as least Gestapo as possible. This isn't a control thing. This is out of their hands. This isn't a weird government takeover thing. I'm sure there's people believing that, but that's not really what this is. You want to put on your tinfoil hat and talk about where this came from and the point of this. Maybe that you could talk about that. But these governors, they don't know if it is that level, these governors don't know about that. So he's just trying to manage the disaster. And the state police commissioner goes, yeah, well, and the state police commissioner, clearly not as versed as the governor in interacting with news reporters. Yeah, he was good. But his response was, well, we have the New Jersey state prosecutor on call 24/7 in the event that we need to prosecute. I mean, come on, dude. Are they going to prosecute? Like, if I'm driving on the road, apparently you're not supposed to be even on the road after 8 o'clock or something. So if I'm driving on the road at 9 o'clock and I get pulled over, and he asked me, I'm assuming the question is this, are you essential, or what are you doing? And you give them a reasonable answer, or even none. Let's just say I'm driving home. I went to my friend's house and we were hanging out, and now I'm going home. The reporter asked, what are the consequences for that? And he didn't have a solid answer. He just said, we're ready to prosecute, essentially, which they didn't say they were going to, but they were ready to. So it's just like what I thought was interesting, that poke of potential fear, to fear the authorities. For those, just like you're saying, Potty D, for those in Daytona that are fucking ludicrous. My favorite, did you see the videos of those people? I saw a video clip of one of them. We gotta find these. Daytona, spring break. Yeah, this video, the guy saying, if I get corona, I get corona. Look, man, I want to go do shit too. I want to hang out. I want to have my friends over and hang out and party, but even just a small get-together of people, but, you know, oh, man. They scare the shit out of you out there. You know, I mean, I just would like to know that, you know, I've been pretty good at self-quarantining, but, you know, how much can you trust other people? Let's see here. Where's the video of these fucking idiots? Coronavirus, Daytona Beach street merchants stunned. Let's see here. I need the video. Is this a Facebook video? Sure, let's watch on Facebook. Yeah. You need to see these guys. No, this is just the cop talking. That's not what we want. We want the video of the drunk idiots down there talking about how they're gonna party. It exists. I'll find it. Just give me a second. Daytona, spring break, coronavirus. This should be good.
Break 2020, motherfucker.
Oh, this should be great. This should be good. This is just some dude. Hold on. This is just some dude's video, by the way. We stumbled onto some dude. It's got 900 views. This is uploaded March 15th. So this was uploaded Sunday.
Everybody please put a thumb in the air.
This isn't good. I've already lost all my excitement for this video. I want the kids that were yelling, I get corona, man, you know?
Central Florida.
Here we go.
Business as usual at Volusia County beaches.
Beach safety officers say warm weather is drawing spring breakers.
And News 6's Lauren Korn spoke to one family about why they say they're not letting the coronavirus change their plans.
Oh, this should be good.
We called and emailed the county's health department and the county to find out what they're doing to try and prevent the coronavirus from spreading. We did hear back from the county earlier this afternoon, and they say they are working with city leaders around the clock to come up with a plan in place, but say because this is a very fluid situation, they don't have any specifics at this time. Meanwhile,
When was this posted? This is last week still. I need recent. Man, where's that? You know who's probably got it? Let's be honest. Reddit. They probably got it. Dun 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 dun. Bezos. Let's just search in the search. Daytona. Give me a search in the coronavirus community. Not watches. I want coronavirus search. Posts about coronavirus. I want search in coronavirus. Does old Reddit not work anymore? Is that really? Oh, not /t/r, bro. There we go. There we go. Daytona. Limit my search to coronavirus and gimme. Yeah, this is the video I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere here. Hold on. Man, tell me they pulled these videos down? Come on.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Taylor Bastable. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at Florida State University here on spring break with my family. Definitely still busy here in Daytona Beach, but
Yeah?
my family and we're just kind of keeping to ourselves, doing our own little day trips to the beach. You know, definitely washing our hands a bunch, but not really quarantining ourselves as much as other people are, but definitely keeping it safe here.
Good talk, dude. Well, thanks for the update. I'm looking for the asshole that was screaming about, man, if I get it, man. How's that not like the first thing that's up here? Safe search off. First things first. Coronavirus wreaks havoc on spring break. Tag along. Spring break versus coronavirus. Maybe this will be good. Oh, yeah, here we go. Spring break versus... Yeah, you got to get rid of safe search. This is the guy. This is... This is the guy. This is the guy. This is literally the guy as well.
Stop me from partying. You know, we've been waiting for Miami spring break for a while. About 2 months we've had this trip planned. 2-3 months. So we're just
2-3 months, dude.
Whatever happens, happens. With the bars being closed, you know, we'll find alternatives. Unfortunately, it does suck. The bars and restaurants are closed.
I mean, he seems pretty sober as it is. Let's be honest. He looks like...
But we'll find ways.
He seems fine, you know. Sucks the bars and restaurants are closed, but he'll find ways to have fun. He definitely looks like he needs to find more fun. You know, he's having a problem finding the fun.
Like, it's really messing up with my spring break.
It's really messing up her spring break. Brianna Leader. It's really like messing up my spring break. Does she have Twitter? Can we look her up? Brianna Leader. Tell me, come on. You know this bitch has got fucking Instagram. Brianna, BRINNALEEDER. She's got to be on, like, Twitter or some one of these, right? What do the kids use these days? Here she is. This is probably her. I can't see her picture, but let's be honest. Whatever. She's dumb. We get it.
What is there to do here other than go to the bars or the beach, and they're closing all of it? It's really messing me.
I mean, you picked to go here. This is your trip, ma'am. You should have all these things planned. I don't know when I go to a town. Oh, let's be fair. I go to a town. I want to drink too. And the bars are closed. It'd be a problem, but I probably wouldn't go. I had trips planned. I'm supposed to be places. I didn't go.
Blowing it
Brianna.
Way out of proportion. I think it's doing way too much. I mean, it sucks, but...
Lizzo's there, which is cool. I didn't realize Lizzo was going to be down there. Ah! Cool, Lizzo made it. I don't need this. Cool that Lizzo made it down there, though, to spring break. I didn't realize she was so defiant against the coronavirus.
We're going to make the best of it. We're enjoying ourselves. It sucks. And I'm from New Orleans, so this really sucks.
You're from New Orleans. Why are you going to Daytona? You are in the best place to be. I don't care if that's where you're born and raised. That's the place to be. I live in New Orleans all my life. You tell me I'm going to Daytona? It's like, no. Wait, I'm not going to Daytona. I live in fucking New Orleans. Why would I go to Daytona? You want me to go to Daytona? Yeah, we're going to Daytona. No, I'm not going to Daytona. You can go to Daytona. Why would I go to Daytona? Come on, we're going to go down to Daytona Beach now and get the pole boys down there. No, I'm not going to Daytona. You guys have a good time, okay? Try to avoid the coronavirus.
However, we're going to enjoy ourselves.
Lizzo's going to enjoy herself.
Having day parties all day. It's my birthday, St. Patrick's Day. Turn up.
Turn up. My birthday, St. Patrick's Day. Turn up.
You're doing us bad. We need a refund.
We need a refund. This guy is looking for a bailout. Atlantis Walker is looking for a bailout on his spring break. This fucking guy, Atlantis Walker. Yo, we need a bailout.
This virus ain't that serious.
It ain't that. Look, Atlantis Walker is clearly a high-level clinician, and you can tell by his doctor partner behind him with his golden teeth implants They are at the peak health, and they are at the forefront of battling this disease. Okay, so they know everything there is to know. Okay, what they're doing is bad. We need a refund. This virus ain't that serious. I need to full screen this. I need to get rid of this bar and get a screen cap of this, because this is the most... This tells me everything I need to know about this disease right here. So how do I... let's see. Get my snipping tool out. I will make a new snip of Atlantis Walker. All right. And we will save this. Save as. This is going to be my new hero. Download Atlantis Walker. This guy is a hero. Let's be honest. Man, can we bookmark this this section of the of this video, because I definitely want to come back to Atlantis Walker. This guy's a champion.
It's serious. It's more serious things out there like hunger and poverty. You're doing us bad. We need a refund.
What they're doing is bad. We need a refund. The virus ain't that serious.
This virus ain't that serious. It's serious. It's more serious things out there like hunger and poverty.
Now, does he have a point here? There's more serious things like hunger and poverty. Hunger is important. Hunger is serious. There's starving people. That's terrible. Poverty is atrocious. We have huge amounts of poverty in this country. Not good. Hunger and poverty has been going on in this country. How long have we been around? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 years? 2 and change. Poverty and hunger has been around for thousands of years, probably since the beginning of humans. A virus that could, systematically destroy your society and your economy and change life as you know it. We're going to need an expert on the line here. 843 Rebel TV, 843 Rebel TV. I'm pretty sure the coronavirus is more serious than hunger and poverty, but I don't know. Dr. Atlantis Walker and his compatriot might know differently.
We need to address that.
We're just trying to roll with the boy.
Wow.
Just living for the moment. We're just going to do what happens when it happens. When stuff closes, we're going to do it when it closes, but
when stuff closes, we're going to do to it when it closes.
Besides that, we're just trying to have the best chip we can. We're just trying to make with what we have right now.
Well, at least this guy whose head is shaped like an eraser has a really good point. He's just living his life. This dude, he's just living his life.
What happens when it happens. When stuff closes, we're going to do it when it closes, but...
this guy's from, Delco or something. When stuff closes, we're going to get down there and get hoagies. We're going to go get some hoagies down there. And then once we get some hoagies, it's going to be great.
Besides that, we're just trying to have the best chip we can. We're just trying to make with what we have right now.
Yeah, we planned this a long time ago, and it was kind of up in the air.
I'm not quite sure what's happening. That was a good video, though. Lizzo was in it, and my favorite. Hello. Hello. Hey, right here. Weird. Very strange. Why isn't that working? Did I ruin it? Oh, should we blow it out? Try to refresh it. Do I sound good? People out there? Chat, you listening? Chime in. On my screen, it looks like I don't. It looks like I have no audio coming in, but that doesn't make any sense. Is that better? Mine is so low. Probably half. Is that better? I can't tell. Doesn't look good. Looks bad. It just looks bad. Just looks bad. Alright, I'm gonna give you a feedback loop now. There we go. Hello, hello. Yeah, I got nothing. What happened? What happened? Right back. Let that down. Okay. Is that better? Let's see. Is that better? Let's see. Move this feed over. Oh boy. Is that better? Man, that looks terrible. What's happening here? Hello? Hello? I don't know. Testing. 1, 2. What's happening here? Hello. Ah, that's better. Look at that. There we go. I don't know what the hell just happened. Oh, God. Thanks for bearing with us. What the hell just happened? I lost all volume, then it all came back. I don't know what's happening here. Just too much shit going on. Goddamn production team isn't here, you know? What are you gonna do? Coronavirus times, alright? There's no production team here. I gotta run this whole goddamn shit myself. Anyway, we're back. Sorry about that. I don't even know what the hell I did to fix this, but it seems to have worked. Let's see if I can break it again. Did I break it? Did I break it? No. Still good. Great. Fantastic. Now that we're back, can I lock the volume on this so we don't got to worry about it? Jesus Christ. All right. Thanks for the hold there. 843 Rebel TV. Feel free to give us a call. Tell us about the coronavirus in your area while I refill my beverage. Cheers! There we go. Anyway, we'll come back to Atlantis Walker when we need to talk about the coronavirus sold in Daytona more. That was fantastic, though. That was the guy I was waiting for. That's the clip of the century. Or the clip of the corona so far, at least. 843 Rebel TV, 843 Rebel TV, taking your phone calls. Yeah, where were we? Sorry, I got shook there. I wasn't really paying attention to what was happening, and now we're back. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Let's check the news, see where we're at, make sure everything's alright. What happens if oil prices go negative? I don't know, buy some barrels and stick them in the ground? I don't know. Airlines want cash grants included in their $58 billion bailout package. Why are we even talking about bailouts right now? We're still trying to fucking defeat this fucking virus I heard we're at war with. There's so many industries that are fucked. I mean, airlines included, but Jesus Christ, man. Come on, man. Amazon doubles overtime pay for warehouse workers as demand rises due to coronavirus. I should shrink this a little bit, taking up precious space. What am I doing here? I'm losing my mind. Scoochy, scoochy. Scoochy, scoochy. There we go. Diddlin' it. Din, 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 din it. Amazon doubles overtime pay for warehouse workers. Air traffic controllers of the coronavirus forces brief flight stoppage at New York City airports. Airline CEOs promise to eliminate dividends as stock buybacks. Walmart to hire 15,000 new associates in Texas. A lot of new jobs for the people who are losing all the jobs. Unemployment claims, I think, are out of control right now. Last I heard. I got my ear to the streets, you know what I mean? Dow wipes over 3 years of stock market gains. Oh boy. What else we got here? 3 of the safest high-yield dividend stocks. Yeah, no, we don't gotta worry about stocks right now, everybody. Just sit your ass at home, wash some hands, be alright. Great, we have the Grubhub CEO talking about treatment of Chinese restaurants. I have no problem eating Chinese food during a coronavirus outbreak. It's not their problem. 30 cruise ships are at sea right now. Really? I didn't know that. Ain't nobody gave me that update. 30 cruise ships at sea. You shouldn't be on a cruise anyway. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, last I heard about cruises, we were going to be putting, making cruise ships hospitals. That's how fucking hard up we were. They interviewed Cuomo at some point today, governor of New York, asking him, you know, hey, do we got enough hospital beds? I loved his answer. No. No, we don't. People are going to die. I was like, oh, Jesus, okay. Thanks for couching that, dude. Great bedside manner. So, yeah, then they were talking about bringing cruise ships out to be used for hospitals. So that'd be cool. So, you know, the question there becomes, if you needed to go to a hospital for either the coronavirus or something else, who gets the suites? Isn't that like the most expensive thing at the when you go on a cruise? I've never been on a cruise, but isn't it like tier 1? You get like a twin bed and a hole to look outside, like a pinhole to look outside at the water. And then like tier, I don't know, 10 is like, you know, palatial suite. It's a fucking piano in there. You get 3 living rooms. Who's getting that? Is it the sickest or the not sickest? You know, the least sickest. Is that just for like quarantine people? Very important to know. You might want to catch a sickness. You know, if you're a big cruise fan, you might want to catch a little corona and get out there. Maybe get yourself a, see what those big suites look like. I'm just saying. You know, if you got to get stuck somewhere and you're a cruise fan, not me, but, you know, maybe that's where you want to go. All hourly Kroger employers will get a one-time bonus. I don't know where there is a Kroger. I don't think they got them out by me, but cool, dude. Way to go. All the restaurants are doing carry-out and delivery, which I think, I don't know how yet, in some way we're going to look back on as being a fucking terrible idea. I mean, that's going to keep, you know, restaurants going, but that's, you know, you're not saving, I don't think you're saving any restaurant with that. We've decimated that industry. That's going to be completely changed. We've hit that point. It's only a matter of time till they, you know, till they close them or someone's responsible for transmitting the virus through a fucking Coeur d'Alene or some bullshit. So that'll be looked back on as something stupid we did because people want food. But I guess you live in the city, man. I don't know. Like, you live in the city, a lot of people don't cook for themselves. You know, you live in New York, they rent apartments that don't even have fucking kitchens in them. Because, you know, they're like, you live in New York. You just, you know, you eat out. You don't cook. I don't know, man. Fucking crazy times. What else we got here? Shockwaves across the auto industry. Oh, here we go. Handy coronavirus toilet paper calculator helps you measure your supply. Well, let's check this out. This seems smart. This seems good. This is what I need, the toilet paper calculator. I should just Google toilet paper calculator. This is important stuff. HowMuchToiletPaper.com. Fucking internet is the best, dude. Every day, especially since the coronavirus, every day I go, man, internet's the best. Imagine not having the internet. Rolls you have. I don't know. Let's say I got 12 rolls. And let's say I do 3 toilet visits a day. Advanced options. Oh, this is important. I don't believe this exists. Average number of wipes. I'm a big wiper. I like to keep clean. Sheets per wipe? Current value 2. Who's using 2 sheets per wipe? Is that real? Am I wiping wrong? Did I not read the book right? How many sheets toilet paper do you use per trip? This is a great time to invest in bidets, bro. You're right. But how many sheets are you supposed to use per wipe? Is there like a hard number? This thing defaulted to 2, and I'm not gonna lie, that's a scary number. Dude, 2 sheets per wipe? That's ludicrous. That's fucking ludicrous. I would never. That's you. I think you're a fucking heathen if it's 2 sheets per wipe. 2 sheets per wipe. Then if it's 2 sheets per wipe, my fucking average number of wipes per trip has to be out of control. If you're talking 2 sheets per wipe, that's ludicrous. I think I haven't ever counted, but let's see. You know, you do a good poll. You go. I'm gonna say at least 6 to 8. Right? This thing maxes out at 10. I don't think 10 is an irrational number to use. Sheets, we're talking like that. Like that. We're talking the Granada coaster size. That's a sheet, right? Like this is just a sheet. That's a sheet size. That's a sheet. This is definitely too much information, dude, but we're going down the rabbit hole here. Yeah, 6 to 8. Now you got a bidet. That's different. I've never used a bidet. I know how they work. I know the concept of them, but I don't know when, you know. I don't know the whole thing. Maybe we'll pull up a bidet video on YouTube. Let's get to that in a minute. Yeah, that'll be great. But I need to really calculate this thing for myself. Let's see. Average number of wipes per trip. I mean, even if you get that ghost poop where you get 1 wipe and you're clean, you still want to go for at least 2 or 3 double checks, right? Is this too much? We're doing it, though. It's fine. So average, let's just go 4. Assuming you're like having a healthy diet. And sheets per wipe, we're talking 6. I mean, I'm going to go 7. Sheets, bro. 6, I guess. I'm going to start counting now. I'm concerned. Sheets on a roll, I don't even know. How many fucking sheets are in a roll? Days of quarantine. Oh, let's say we're going for 30. Let's say we're going for a month. So 4 wipes per trip, 6 sheets per wipe, 160 sheets on a roll. I guess that's the default. 1 person. Rolls I have 12. Total visits per day. I don't know, maybe 2. That's me. 40 days. Beautiful. I'm good to go. We're in good shape. We'll adjust this as the pandemic goes on. But I want to know more about bidets now. Tutorial.
Hey, everybody.
This guy sounds like he's going to tell me all about bidets.
I'm here today to show you how to use a bidet.
I was in a hotel room once that had a bidet, and I did not use it because I didn't, A, have the time to learn how to use it, and 2, it looked like a weird faucet. Now, the one thing I do know looking at that, because I have seen that, you don't piss or shit into that. That's about all I know.
As you can see, this is a bidet, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use it in this video. Now, before I start, I do have to say that I will be showing you how to use this properly and effectively, but no water will be coming out of the actual bidet because, fun little fact, when I was a very, very young child, I actually flooded my parents' whole upper floor with this right here. So
that is not fun. Someone should quantify to this man the definition of fun and let him know that fun is not a fact that when you were a child, you used your parents' bidet and flooded out their bathroom. FYI.
So at that time, they turned off the water supply to the bidet, and we haven't turned it back on since. So yes, this is actually at my parents' house in their upstairs bathroom.
So this is... Did I hear that right? So he flooded when he was a child. He flooded out his parents' upstairs bathroom with the bidet, and they haven't used it. They turned off the water and haven't used it since. And judging by the sound of this boy man's voice and the wedding ring on his finger, that was at least 20 years ago. So this is an unused bidet for 20 years. Is that right? My math check out?
All right, so this is how you...
He also keeps touching the bowl. That seems very unsanitary.
The bidet. As you can see, there are a few simple things with the bidet. There is a fountain right here. So this acts Very similar to a water fountain, except it comes out in little streams. So instead of like a big stream like a water fountain, it comes out in all small streams, multiple small streams.
This guy's not yeah, he's turning me off from the thing. Maybe this cartoon will be better. That guy is terrible.
How to use a bidet.
Yeah, this is more.
That's not just a sink or a toilet without a seat. It's a bidet, and it's even better than wet wipes.
Tell me
you
more.
You will need toilet paper or paper towels and soap.
Cool.
Step
Soap.
1. Wipe your
I didn't know soap was part of this. I had no clue. That's interesting.
rear end before approaching the bidet to prevent excess waste from washing into the bidet.
Okay, so standard issue, toilet usage, followed by your standard wipe situation. That's what it sounds like.
Step 2. Turn on the water, starting with the hot tap if it has one, and gradually adjusting the cold tap to a comfortable temperature. Test the water temperature with your hand to ensure it is not too warm for your more sensitive areas.
So you stand with no pants on with a freshly wiped rear end and test the water fountain that's made for your bum. Got it. Next.
Burns on your nether regions can really put a damper on your day.
What does this do? What is this background? Is this stock footage of, like, on the left we have a rejected Simpsons character and a failed GTA whore on the right? Like, what is that? And what does that have to do with anything remotely related to temperature? What the fuck is that? You got a dude on a bike. Howcast stinks.
Step 3. Adjust the valve slowly until the spray reaches between 6 and 10 inches. Step 4. Face the water valves and approach the bidet. If you are wearing pants or shorts, you may need to squat over the bidet facing away from the valve.
Yeah, I'm assuming you don't want to be wearing pants at this point. Oh, you can sit towards it? That guy on the left is sitting towards it. That kind of makes everything make a little bit more sense to me now. For some reason, I thought you treat it like a toilet, like the guy on the right, but no. If you sit in, whoa, that's kind of a game changer.
Valves. Step 5.
Yeah, there it is. That's doing. I didn't know that. I had no clue. I thought you sit the other way. Just I never really thought about it, I guess. I've never thought about sitting the other way. This makes sense. You're facing the faucet. Interesting.
Day and sit down. Adjust your bum so the water spray hits where you need it, and use soap to cleanse your hind end or genitals. Step 6. Turn off the water and use toilet paper or paper towels to dry off. Throw the paper into a trash can, not the bidet. Step 7.
Ugh.
Pull your clothing back up.
Oh, okay, but you don't approach the bidet with a filthy bum. You go there with like a 90% clean situation. So what you're throwing in the toilet, yeah, it's fecal matter, but it's not like, it's not peak feek. Not peak feek, as they call it, peak feek. We call that peak feek in the business. In the old toilet business, they call it peak feek. King Suje. Forgive me if I pronounced that incorrectly. Please don't fire us, for many desire us. We're the cure to the virus. Now get your toilet paper, $1,000 American dollars for roll. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want a bidet now. Hold on. The Simpsons guy's going to tell me more.
Wash your hands and enjoy that fresh, just out of the shower feeling.
So you're getting a mini butt shower is pretty much what this is. Yeah, I missed the soap part. That's a very good question. Next level. The soap was mentioned. Am I supposed to apply that to the tissue paper? And if that's so... if I'm using soap, I feel like I should just go in the shower at this point. Like, how long is your shower if you want to wash your ass? No bar. I would assume this is a liquid soap scenario. Look how horrified the woman on the left is in the back, by the way. She's averting her child's eyes from this heathen who uses a fucking ass spray machine. This video is very divisive. No, I don't think you want to. Then you got a shit hand. You don't want a shit hand. You don't want to lather your hand and go for it. This video is very confusing, though.
In 1596, Sir John Harrington invented...
Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for chiming in, by the way. Appreciate it. Smash, smash, smash the follow, the like, the tips, and call 843-REBEL-TV if you have some input.
The first flush toilet for Queen Elizabeth.
Howcast is garbage, but I'm still need more information. Ooh, people use bidet for the first time.
Now.
This...
Your willingness to click follow greatly enhances our ability to bring you content. Rebel Vision TV thanks you for your support.
Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated, King Suji. Am I pronouncing that incorrectly? Probably. People use bidet for the first time. This should be interesting.
And I'm about to commence bidetting.
I don't know if I'm ready to see this yet because I don't fully understand the bidet vibe. So I want to watch that, but I'm not ready for that. Yeah, I need this more instructional videos right now. Use the toilet first. I got that part. Straddle the bidet. Right, so you use the toilet. Suja. 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 King Suja. Or Kai Ing Suja. Because you are K-I, but capital, maybe it's an L. Maybe it's like a Koling Suja. Something like that. Either way, straddle the bidet. So this video is escalating very quickly. First, use the toilet. Toilet paper and all, get ready to go home. But first, then straddle the bidet. This chick has a fine rear. Adjust the temperature and jet strength for comfort. All right, so the controls there are like cold, hot, and then, you know, speed. Got it. You may find you need to hold control to keep the jets on. Okay. Position yourself over the water so they make contact with the desired area, meaning your butthole, I'm assuming. Oh, this is quite the graphic. This is quite the graphic. This binary he-she is facing the wrong way, though. I thought you're supposed to face the other way. I don't know what's happening here. Clean anal and or genital area. Dry your skin, not with a towel. Don't tell me that you use cloth towels. Rinse out the bidet. Oh, then you go full bore? All right. I'm still confused. Wash your hands, of course. This is obviously a post-corona world we live in. I'm really still a little confused with the... I mean, the soap from the one video threw me off, but I don't think that's a common thing. I think it's just a quick rinsey rinse. But let's go to the people now.
Bathroom now, and I'm about to commence bidetting.
Bidetting. This should be alright. BuzzFeed's good for dumb shit. Clean the inner buttocks. That sounds right. Yeah, Japan loves these things.
I don't know anything about bidets, really.
I've never...
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like a wet wipe. I mean, you're still wiping. It's primitive in that sense, but I mean, you know. We got the same job done here, aren't we? Do we need a whole built-in fucking ass faucet? No.
Had a need or a want to use one.
The dingleberry issue is a common one for men with sort of my...
This guy literally looks... I would never use this word in my normal life, but he said it. This man is the epitome of a dingleberry. That's disgusting.
Situation.
I'm a little bit scared. I've never had anything in that area before, going up in that area.
Sorry to hear that, ma'am.
The butthole's
You're missing
just
out.
like an untapped place for me.
Oh, I doubt that. I doubt that heavily. Do you see her almost laugh? Look at her.
The butthole's just like an untapped place for me.
She was ready to laugh. That's why they cut so quickly. That's not true.
I've seen bidets before. I've never seen one with so many buttons.
There's a wash on button. It is very clearly water going up into a butt.
The bidet on button makes no sense. It's like a face, which is freakish.
I do really like this heated seat function. I think this just needs to be like mandatory in all toilets.
You know, full disclosure, I left one in the chamber this morning so I could get the full effect
This guy is a legit dingleberry.
here and sort of see what's happening.
So I'm just gonna go all in and press bidet.
I'm excited. This is really revealing. This is a very strange video. Whoa!
Oh gosh! Oh wow!
Oh God, Jesus! What the is going on?
Oh my god! What is this?
Oh!
This guy's got a fucking I go to breweries a lot hat on.
Oh god. Oh, that feels nice.
Because I told you. I told you she knew. Not new to her.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. It's better if you relax.
Wow, if you angle it, it can just get a, I'm like right now, torpedo just like right in there.
All right, getting a little bit more used to this.
This is a strange video to ask people to do, by the way.
It's a weird sensation having water being sprayed at your butt like this.
I don't know what to compare this to. I've never had this feeling before.
It's like a massage for your anus, but it's wet.
This is fantastic.
It's kind of just making my butt numb.
I feel like because I've been doing this for a while, my butt feels like it's starting to get a little pruny.
The test?
Pruny butt. She says she has a pruny butt. Don't show me the paper, dude.
Yeah, smooth.
I would say I did
That guy's fucking very Canadian.
not enjoy what just happened to me.
My butt feels really clean right now. Like
Yeah, I
didn't know
think
it
that's
could
the
be
whole
this
point.
clean.
I would never use one of these ever again.
That was lovely.
I told you. Dude, I never watched this video in my life, and she came out saying she had nothing near her butt ever, and that was a lie. If we were on that show, you would say immediately, that was a lie, ma'am. And the first thing, this chick, come on. She knows all about it.
Really enjoyed it. I almost kind of feel like I just peed my pants.
So now I'm confused about what happens because I'm very wet down there. I feel like no matter what, I still need to use toilet paper to at least dry off.
It's not like you just wash your hands and you can blot your hands on your pants.
If it had like a little mini blow dryer in there that would dry you out, this would be super choice.
Yeah, I mean it's like a flu shot. You know, you don't want it, but once you have it, you're like, okay, I'm glad I did that.
Oh Jesus! No! Oh!
Bizarre.
Whoa!
The days are still confusing to me. I'm not gonna lie. Really creepy. I have to go grab a water. I'll be right back. Please sit tight. Oh yeah, we back. We back, don't worry. Don't worry, kids. Your peak source of coronavirus entertainment is here for you. We're here to make you feel better, I guess. So we just learned about bidets. Oh wow. No, I didn't hose my butt. Oh, what is this? I'm game of I mean, I don't know what any of that has to do with a bidet, but, that's cool, dude. King Suge, it's great. Happy you found somebody. This is very happy music. All right, so we learned about bidets today. That was good. I don't think I get a little bit more how it works. That makes me happy. I feel a little bit more confident in using one now. Oh, Honest Kim. Talk to me. Honest Kim. Honest Kim.
Venetian. This is an old school, probably hasn't changed in 400 years design toilet bidet. I've never used one.
Years?
I use the Japanese style because it's easy. You push a button and it washes your backside or your front side, depending on the button you push. I don't know how this uses.
Oh, we're gonna watch her pop a squat and everything here.
Ready?
No,
I don't know which
think
valve
so.
to use, but we're gonna do one.
This is, I'm assuming that some people watch this as pornography. This is very creepy.
Nothing's happening.
I feel uncomfortable watching
You're
this.
pee, right? No, nothing's just.
Do you think Honest Kim knew one day some dude would be streaming her weird bidet video from 2014 at the Venetian, commenting on it with friends online? No. Answer is no. Is Honest Kim like somebody? Does she have other dumb videos? No. Alright, I've had enough fucking bidet talk. Put that fucking weird happy music back on. How'd we get here? Toilet paper talk. Toilet paper conservation. So maybe the guy wouldn't bother me straight from the tap. Yeah, I don't know. It's just strange. The whole bidet vibe is a weird. It's a weird thing. I don't know if everyone caught this before, but this was my favorite dude of the coronavirus news so far. I don't know if you guys saw the spring break people. Did everyone see this before? I don't know if everyone who was here saw it, but we could watch that. Oh, you might have seen it. I don't know who's watching what. I don't know. That was hilarious. I'm going to watch it again later and giggle to myself. Local bus riders essentially ride free starting Monday. Well, that's cool. Yeah, the trains are still running. Like, is like, the MTA still running? That has to be. I feel like that would be huge news if it was closed. It has to be reduced or something, right? If you could stay home, do it. Yeah, everyone knows that, dude. So it looks like they're just open, and they're just looking like they're spraying more bleach around. Good luck with that. Fed is lending $1 trillion a day. That sounds good. Sounds like our fiat currency is going to make it well out of this. Purell makers make misleading claims to customers about killing germs. Oh, good. Just when everyone needs germ-killing juice for their hands, there's a fucking class action lawsuit against them saying that they're full of shit. Well, that's good. That's what we need. Hy-Vee seeks temporarily point out. Okay. Crews battling through on fire in Springfield. Uber stock soared Thursday. Great. Where's the music? Hit that music. Different sound, please. 843 Rebel TV taking your phone calls yet again. We want to hear what it's like. Coronavirus lockdown by you. Because I can only get so much content from coronavirusworldometer.com. Have we hit 305,000 cases yet? Almost. Oh my god, Joe C 1515. That's not a real person. That can't be. Is that the Joe C? Godspeed, Joe C. Good to see that name. Oh my good word. Glad to see you're here. Glad to see you're alive. Hope everything's going well with you and the fam. Hope you got enough rations out there. 843 Rebel TV taking your phone calls. Checking my messages. Oh, yes. Respond to you about D&D. Joe C, good to see you, buddy. Hope everything's good with you. I'll give you a call tomorrow or something. We should catch up and chat since I'm assuming everyone's doing nothing. Yeah, buddy. I just saw your just saw your text. I'm sorry. Call in. Oh, look at this. We got a phone call. Who could this be? Let's hope it works this time. Bear with me if it does not. You're live on the air. Who do we have?
Good morning. Good morning. This is Joe C.
Joe C. Good Lord. Hello, sir.
Let me turn this down over here. What's the good word? What's the good word?
Special guest Joe C. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm so happy to hear from you, bud. I was going to call you tomorrow, like, for real, and just chat with you, but this works, too.
Awesome. Listen, I'm a little late to your show over here. My brother told me you were.
No, you're early. You're early. This is very early in the game. This is a long grind, sir.
Listen. I want to talk about Corona for 1 second.
Yes, you're now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your, as much as you'd like to say about your professionality, and we'd love to hear about your coronavirus input for sure.
All right. Well, number one, I want to talk about the Chinese for a second. Can we talk about the Chinese?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so obviously this is going down in China at first. This is the Wuhan coronavirus.
So the first reports that I heard were that this generated from the Wuhan region of China, where they apparently that's where allegedly, I don't know if this is true, China works on all of their bio weapons and such like that. I don't know how that seems like a very umbrella term. I don't know how true that is, but apparently they have those labs there.
Right. From what I've heard the same. There are many virology laboratories.
That's the word, yeah.
In that province, and who the hell knows? It might have gotten out unintentionally with the researcher, or it could have been just people eating bats and raccoon dogs.
That's the other hot term about a week to 10 days ago when we were pointing blame at China was wet markets, if you remember. They were talking about the wet markets in China where you could just go in and point at a bat or a raccoon and they'll fucking chop its head off and skin it and give it to you to eat. Now, the population of China is huge. We have to understand that around the world, they eat other proteins. So, to eat bats and other shit like that is not that crazy. They have 1.4 billion people over there, so it's not that ludicrous.
Well, it's ludicrous from the sense that domesticated animals over the course of generations and generations and generations have had these crazy virulent pathogens almost bred out through the process of domestication. So now if we, start going, say, into the jungles of Africa and start cracking open monkey heads and eating their brains, you get things like kuru and all these other crazy diseases. So while there are, as you said, a requirement for other sources of protein, to dabble in that might be a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't eat that stuff either. I mean, that seems like a bad news. But, the idea here is that they eat all of that over there, and apparently that didn't help with the epidemic. So I think we could safely say that it came from China. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the president's pointing the finger at China. So saying this came from China, I don't know what the repercussions will that be for China in the future. But what do we do here? You're a medical professional, sir. What's the move here?
All right, so just to go back to China for a second, then I'll
more about China.
What I think about this, and I've been actually saying this for years about this whole Corona bullshit going on. I think if we think about the government and we think about the communist government of China,
they are communist.
Communist dictatorship, right? They're a secretive totalitarian society. To say that they have 80,000 or 85,000 confirmed cases is total bullshit. I don't believe that there's no new cases over there. There's probably on the order of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of cases. Just looking at how it's spreading in more transparent countries, say like Italy, who has already almost half the amount of cases that China has, yet has a population of roughly, 50 to 60 million as opposed to 1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, Italy's looking really bad, and that's probably because I'm assuming because they're testing more. Is my only assumption, because I check these numbers every day, and I'm assuming this website has good data. But China leads the pack for sure, but Italy and Spain are right behind them. You know, Italy being really close on China's heels. And that, let's be honest, is because no one in Italy probably abided by any kind of fucking lockdown. They started saying lockdown, you know, they were all like, all right.
So that said, do you think that the numbers coming out of China are
deflated? Yes, I think so. I mean, allegedly they were talking about how they were like, well, you know, they're communists, like you said, and that's not a bad word. They're communists, and they, you know, have the ability to silence people. So remember, what was it, a month ago when the word coronavirus came up? That one scientist who came out, who's now dead, you know, started talking. He died allegedly of the coronavirus, but they shut people up over there. That's what they do, and that's not tinfoil. They can do that shit.
No, of course it's not tinfoil. You're 100% right. All right. So coming circle, what do we do about it here in this country?
That's a great question. That is the question. Every day you watch, and all they're doing, like I was talking about it earlier. I'm sure you've seen it too. The governor of New Jersey and New York, whose politics I may not jive with all the time. I thought they're doing a really good job professionally.
Awesome job.
They're doing a great job from like a management perspective. I think it's great.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I don't agree with the guy's politics. But the guy looks like he got the shit on lock.
He does. But it's outside of that. Outside of that, when he comes on and talks, you could tell he's been in meetings. He comes out and just starts dropping shit. And he's like, look, here, Cuomo actually had a great thing. And again, not my favorite dude. But he came out and some reporter asked him today, hey, man, you know, how many hospital beds? The rumor is we don't have enough hospital beds. He goes, we don't. People are going to die. And I was like, that's great. This guy's being honest. He's not sugarcoating.
All right. So, yeah, and it's, you know, it's serious shit. What do we do about it here? You know, just a simple phrase comes up. We talk about supply chain, okay? So, obviously, China is really the world leader in terms of manufacturing, and it's almost like a single-source supply chain for the rest of the world.
Sure.
Whether you're talking about industry and, you know, within the past few years, we extend that to drugs and medical devices. You know, the United States, especially New Jersey specifically, has an infrastructure set up here to manufacture medical devices and drugs here. So in addition to implementing all of the social distancing changes that have to occur, we have to control the supply chain as it relates to medical devices and drugs so that when people do get sick in this country, we have an ability to treat effectively, limiting casualties without relying on a third party to essentially do it for us.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the big concern that I see them talking about a lot is respirators. That's all they talk about because, you know, this is apparently like some kind of hardcore influenza where your lungs really take a toll, allegedly, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's pneumonia. It's really hardcore pneumonia.
I had hardcore pneumonia last year, and it was really bad. But I'm alive, so I feel like I have some kind of immunity to this now, I'm hoping. Probably not.
So you mentioned ventilators.
Yeah.
And it's good that you're alive. I'm happy that you survived the pneumonia, you know, but imagine, you know, you had the capabilities. You're alive because the hospital that you went to had the necessary equipment. They took care of you. But if this shit gets to be bad and a lot of guys like you show up to the hospital, you know, now we're going to start rationing care because all that shit that made you better is not going to be available for the public en masse.
Well, that's where this goes, right? I didn't go to the hospital for the pneumonia. My doctor wouldn't send me. She said I didn't have any other symptoms outside of a fever, and I was generally healthy, so I just struggled at home. But I'm alive, and it's okay. But, yeah, if you're older and you're symptomatic, that seems to be the problem. And it's not just coronavirus. They're worried about, apparently, and something I don't think anyone ever thought about, is that the amount of beds that America has overall, just straight up beds that we could service people in. Like they dropped a number at some point. I forget what it was. I was like, damn, dude, that's a lot. That's not a lot. Like you just expect there to be a bed for anyone who's sick. And then when you start thinking about it like this, where every day there's thousands of more people, that a small percentage of those people need a bed, that's when the problem comes. Because, you know, you got cancer patients, you got, you know, a guy who cuts his arm off, all kinds of shit, guys showing up needing a bed. And then when beds, you know, when you get a 30, 40, 50, 60% increase every day of people who need beds due to the coronavirus, that's a huge stress on the system. So that seems to be like the biggest issue.
Right. So I read a scholarly article in which when we're on the steepest part of this curve, at the top of this curve, the amount of beds that will be available and versus the amount of people that need them, there's going to be approximately 17 people per bed if hospital capacity does not increase at the current moment. And I found that to be an absolutely scary statistic.
That's insane. 17 people per bed is what they're saying?
17 to 1.
Wow.
If the shit really hits the fan.
So they were talking about cruise ships as like hotels, so that buys you, what, a couple thousand beds maybe? Like, I don't even know.
Right.
Like, what the hell do you do? What do you do?
Well, what do? You have to mobilize the resources that the United States of America has. You have to call in the Army Corps of Engineers. You have to set up mobile hospitals. You have to have American companies manufacturing ventilators. You have to have American companies manufacturing drugs that'll take care of the symptoms and the life support that people that are stricken with this in the absolute worst way possible to get them through this.
Yeah, man. It's pretty crazy. How are you doing over there with the lockdown? You have enough supplies? You have enough food? Are you rationing your toilet paper?
I don't get all these fucking toilet paper people, but I got a decent amount of food here. I got all this shit about a month ago. People thought I was crazy.
Now look at you.
About a month ago, I canceled a Disney trip that I had.
Oh, no.
And a cruise that I had coming up. I was telling people I was doing this shit. And I was told, don't worry, it's in China. The people there are dirty.
Oh,
it's not
no.
coming over here.
Oh, no.
And I says, listen, man, we live in an interconnected world. All it takes is one person that talked to somebody from China that doesn't have a Chinese stamp on their passport. They got to go to New York City, and then that's it. It's fucking game over. And I said this shit fucking month and a half ago, and people thought I was nuts.
Yeah, man. I mean, the funny thing about it is like all the preppers and shit that you hear about for a long time, and now this is kind of in line with being prepared, but also not, because like from what I can tell, and I keep telling this to people who are trying to freak out, it's like the supply chain overall is good. Yes, our economy is taking a shit. Yes, industries are going to be completely changed for the rest of our lives at this point. But the supply chain is good. The supermarkets still have food. You can get toilet paper. You can get fucking chips. You can get the shit to eat and live at home. It's just a virus. It's weird. It's very interesting.
Thoughts on the masks? Do you wear a mask when you leave the house?
I don't. I ordered one a couple of weeks ago, and I guess it's supposed to be here at some point. I do not, because from what I've heard, and I'll be interested to hear your take on this, is that all that does is hold it in, not actually stop the spreading of things getting to you, unless you have like an N99, I believe. Even an N95, I don't think stops you from getting it in.
All right. So this is the lowdown on the mask.
Let's hear the mask info.
This is the lowdown. So there's
mask knowledge.
Right. So there's the maxi pad masks that everybody wears. The ones that you get from urgent care.
Yes, the garbage ones.
The napkin ones.
Yes.
Those are to protect the environment from the user. Okay. So you see all these people walking around that have this mask on. If that person sneezes or coughs, it'll protect other individuals in that environment from getting sick. But it will not protect the user from the environment.
And that's the maxi pad mask, the normal basic bitch one will stop that?
Those are the maxi pad masks. Those are the ones that you hand out in urgent care. If you cough when you go into the hospital, they say, here, put one of these on.
Right.
Okay? If you're walking around and you don't want to get coronavirus, that thing ain't going to do shit for you.
Okay.
All right? Now, if you step it up and you go to an N95 mask.
Right.
And N95 refers to the amount of particles that are filtered when breathing in. These are designed to keep the user safe from the environment.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So an N95 mask is what the people in the hospital use. The only difference
Your
between
willingness
the ones
to
that
click
are in
follow
depot-
greatly enhances our ability to bring you content. Rebel Vision TV thanks you for your support.
Sorry, we just got a new follower, so that just happens every time. But thank you for the follow there, to Jackson81. Sorry, carry on.
All right, so
N95s.
Right, so the N95s, so they protect the user from the environment. They block 95% of particulates coming in. The only difference between the Home Depot ones and the ones that are green in the hospitals is the ones that are green protect the user from bodily fluids, blood, etc. But the filtration is there.
Interesting.
So,
and what about N99s? Isn't
Your
that's
willingness
a step
to click
up?
follow
Oh, more
greatly
follows.
enhances our ability
Thank
to
you,
bring
Goro.
content.
Much appreciated.
Rebel Vision TV thanks you for your support.
All the follows. So what about N99 masks? That's what I read initially was that was a step up from 95 and would actually stop coronavirus type particulate matter getting into your mouth. Is that true?
Right. Yeah. So if you have the 95s, and you could read there's scholarly articles that the government publishes in PubMed that talk about N95 masks versus N99 or N100.
Right.
The N95s leave out about 5%, which is obviously is really good.
Right.
Even better, now you're getting to N99 or N100.
Mm-hmm.
Those are obviously the best. They'll filter out almost 100% of what you're breathing in. So you hear a lot from the talking heads. Don't buy masks; they're not going to protect you. But I think they're doing that so that healthcare professionals and first responders have better access to these. In the case of shortages, which is what we're seeing now.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff I see on the TV from the talking heads, I keep saying they, just for lack of a better term, but they, they're essentially couching the government and stuff when they come out and they talk. Like last week, they were talking about social distancing. That's when that term came about. And they're like, stay away from people, this and that. And then they're like, oh, we're going to close this and that. We're going to close this and that. And then they kind of knew, I would assume last week they knew, okay, next week we got to shut down all this shit. So over the week, they just slowly ramp it up. So everyone's not caught off guard because they couldn't just come out day one and be like, everything's closed, go fuck yourself.
Right.
Everyone would freak the fuck out. So they're doing it, in a controlled way. And they, if you watch all these press conferences, they make it a point to say every time, this isn't a lockdown. This isn't a quarantine. You're allowed to go outside. You're allowed to, social distance with people, but we don't want large gatherings. We don't want people going out into public and stuff like that, which is in line with everything. So, and I'm pretty skeptical of most, government weird control shit, but this is the kind of thing where you got to just shrug your shoulders and go, fuck, everyone got caught with their proverbial pants down and there's nothing you can fucking do. You just got to, I guess, buck down and hope for the best and hope the fucking medical community comes up with a vaccine or a treatment or what? Like, we're not going to just find fucking 6 million respirators overnight somewhere, and that's not even going to fix it. So I don't know what's the benchmark where you go, okay, we're better now. How long does this go on? I think weeks, because at first they started saying the same thing with the couching. They came out and they're like, we're going to have to be weird for a couple days. The next day they're like, this is going to be a week to 14 days. They started saying 14 days. And now you hear them going, we're talking months. Like the word months is getting dropped. So they're slowly letting you know this is going to be bad,
Right. So it all depends on the activities of the population. So, we have to reduce density. That's number one. And we have to reduce transmission within that density.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the whole social distancing, and the every big state, at least so far, is pretty much shutting down the ability to gather or anywhere in public outside of pharmacies and supermarkets and stuff like that.
Right. So the irony is that we're talking about social distancing, yet when I go to Costco, everybody's standing on top of each other, 2 feet apart. For the record, I don't go to work with anything less than an N95 mask on. When I go to Costco, I use a P100 respirator.
Right.
Or when I go to the store, I use a P100 respirator. People think I'm fucking whacked out. But you know what?
I mean, you don't want to transmit, and you got a family, and you can't be doing that. And again, that's the thing. Like, all it takes is and that's the thing about this virus, apparently, is, you could have it on you, or you could have it in you, and not even really affect you, and then you give it to someone else, and they're done. Like, you could completely ride it out, and they can get it. And that's scary. That's scary.
Yeah.
It's not like, I have the flu, maybe I shouldn't go out. It's like, oh, no, you may just be fucking holding on to it, dude. You may just have it.
So, you mentioned benchmark for when does this shit stop?
Yes. When does it? What is the benchmark where people go, we can go outside again? I could go to a bar. Like, when does the government say we've lifted these restrictions? Restaurants can now be open. When does that happen?
When people stop dying.
All right, that's fair. I mean, I'm looking at these numbers right here online, and again, assuming these are real, which I think they are. Total deaths are pretty big. We're talking 45 new U.S. deaths, 800 new deaths in Italy as of today.
Right. So, deaths, it's an interesting number to focus on because, often people compare it to the flu.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's true that in absolute terms, more people are dying from flu. But we have to look at percentages of people dying that are afflicted with the virus. So flu is something around 0.1% mortality.
Right, very low.
We're talking 1 out of 1,000. If we look at Italy now, obviously these are for confirmed cases. The mortality rate is floating around 8 or 8.5%.
Yeah.
All right, so this is really scary shit.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this particularly worrisome is that the mortality is there.
Yeah, I'm looking at the interesting number I see on this thing that I'm looking at is they have total cases, but then they break it down. They have total deaths, new deaths, but they have active cases versus serious critical cases. And those are the numbers that I'm trying to keep my eyes on. Because, you may go get tested and have it, and apparently you could have it and write it out and they'll let you leave. Like Tom Hanks had it in Australia, whatever. And a week later they're like, "Oh, you're good. Get out of here." That seems weird to me. I don't know how you could clear someone that much, but I don't know. If they say he's good, he's good. I don't know. But the serious critical cases, like you'll get Italy, they have active cases total 42,681. 3,000 of those roughly are serious critical cases. That's almost, that's like 7, 8, 9%, somewhere around there. 8. It's a lot. That's a lot of serious critical cases, considering that 800 roughly new deaths today. And we have here 64 critical cases. I don't know what that means. That's an adjective, right? What does that mean? Serious critical.
Critical cases, even though it is an adjective, I don't know the exact definition, but I would imagine that that's an individual that requires life support to live.
Right. Okay. That sounds right.
Something around that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're talking 3,000 in Italy? That's crazy. Crazy.
Right, and this is a first world country. This ain't no backwater country.
I mean, they were the first one. Well, that was just about a week ago, I guess, where they just shut the borders. They're like, no one's going anywhere. That's it. And that was crazy. That's when I was like, Italy shut down as a country. I was like, okay, so that's happening here. That's just going to happen here. There's no question. We had our borders shut to certain countries at that point, but Italy said, no in and out traffic. You stay in your home. That's it. But again, Italy's very loose. I don't know how many people over there. That's why I think their numbers are high. Shooting from the hip. They don't listen to shit over there.
Oh, no, they don't listen to nothing.
The government comes out and says, don't do this. They're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's Sunday. I'm going to get prosciutto.
Yeah. I got to get the more than that. I ain't got time for this. It's totally what they did.
So, I'm thinking that the most effective way, and this probably will never happen, would be an absolute total lockdown. Everything closes. You have to stay in your home, including grocery stores, pharmacies, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, the supermarket and pharmacies, they're saying, are essential and they have to stay open. And I think when those close, that's when people start to panic.
Yeah, but that would stop shit.
I guess. I mean, I don't know how much is being contracted through there, but I think they're saying, I mean, they in New Jersey, at least today, they said, all non-essential essentially, it's interesting how they said it today. It's 24/7, non-essential travel is banned. But then they went to the state New Jersey State Police Commissioner, and he's like, we have a prosecutor on call, we're ready to adjudicate if need be, as if you're going to get pulled over and they're going to ask you what you're doing, and you're going to say something that's stupid and they're going to sue you. Like, that's not going to happen. That'd be a waste of resources, But they're trying to keep you happy. They're trying to not scare you, not keep you happy. They're trying to not scare you, as much as possible. They can't come out and say, we're going to put you in fucking jail if you're driving in the fucking store to get ice cream,
Right. So to that end, my mother told me she has relatives in Italy that they're literally being issued travel papers, and they can only go out once a week, and they're not allowed to do anything aside from that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where this goes. And again, I was talking to someone else who lives in California about this. I was like, it's people like them and people who are in these big city centers that are really going to be affected. Not that New Jersey are that far out, but at least like this is like suburban world as opposed to like condensed city world. Like New York City, Chicago, LA. Like those are fucking condensed cities with a lot of people really close by. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous shit.
I don't know where we go from here, with these nurses and doctors in the hospitals on the front lines.
God bless all of them, dude. I don't even know how they do it and show up to work. Like they're right on the front lines, putting themselves right in the face of it. So those are.
And even the grocery store workers.
I was just going to say that, man. I was there.
BJ's and Sam's Club people. I mean, they're awesome. They're all awesome.
When I was checking out the other day, I was just like, I wouldn't be this person at the register. And like, there's people right behind me. There was this old woman behind me. trying to be safe, but then she just kept like schmucking up and like getting real close because she was trying to buy her cigarettes, being weird, going back and forth. I was like, man, why don't you just get out of here? Just get out of here.
Right.
Freaking me out. All right, dude. I'll let you go. I hope to talk to you soon off air, and call back next time we're doing it. You're when you're not working. I'm assuming you're working in this, but when you got some time and we're live, call in. We need medical updates, brother.
All right. Listen, be good. Everybody be safe out there.
Yes. Okay, dude.
Take care, Rolf.
Thank you very much
All
for
right.
calling, brother. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Later. Oh, that was terrific. Great call from Josie. That's what we're talking about. What a good man. Hero. True hero. Thanks for the follows we caught in there. Obviously, the real medical news really drew in the kids. Let's see over here. Oh, chat's popping. What'd I miss? Anything good? There's no timestamps on this chat, so I can't see. What have we got here? Blah, blah, blah. Killing people in Italy. Did you just say jive with? Yes, I probably did. Sugarcoating your... Yeah, I said Goro. Yes, sir. I probably said all these things. Broham, come on now. Stop with these 1980s coin phrases. I love it. I don't know if jive with is 80s. It's probably more 60s, 70s. But I don't know. I thought it was probably relative to what I was saying. Writing your wife for World War II. Use that lightsaber? I would never get LASIK. You should know better. What did you write? A fucking novel here? Jesus Christ. Looked up to Billy for years. Well, you're a smart man. Yes. Yes, all my books on tape. Very good. Yes, open a taco stand in a week to classic. I want to sell apples by the wagon. Wow, this guy goes deep. Okay. Stamps for Goro's a funny dude. Hallmark greeting card, jiggles and quips. Brilliant. Brilliant. Great stuff. Thank you for the call, Jesse. Great to hear from you, bro. Good to hear that you're doing well. Thank you for doing great work out there. Good updates, good data. We went from being silly to assholes to actual real medical news from professionals. That's what you get here. Quality entertainment from us. I think I'm going to make this a wrap. I'm going to go upstairs and make myself a little food. Bust out a ration or two. And then see where my night brings me. I want to thank everybody for joining. Thank Next Level Tabletop for modding, per usual. Good man. Thank you for all the follows. Smash the like, the love. Follow on Rebel Vision TV on Instagram, Twitter, all those things. I am the Billy Vegas on Instagram. Please follow me there. Tomorrow, we were supposed to have a live stream of New Attitude, the band here. I don't know if that's going to happen now due to the big lockdown here. We may have some kind of live music going on of some sort, but I'm not quite sure. We're still working on that. So tomorrow, 4 o'clock, we're definitely going to be doing something here. Don't know what. But,
your willingness to click follow.
Oh, thank you for another follow. Joe C with the follow. Holla, buddy.
Rebel
Love
Vision
you, buddy.
TV, thank
All right,
you
guys.
for your support.
I'm going to shut this down. We're going to pick it back up. Thank you again for joining. Much appreciated. Stay safe. Stay healthy. What's the word? Stay home. Wash your hands. Be the solution. Flatten the curve. Blah, 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 blah. All those happy things. Get yourself something to drink. Have a good weekend. Be safe.